Hello, everybody, and I hope you are having a great day today. Welcome to Duly Projected. We are going to talk about battleground states. No, not battleground states, but yes, we're going to talk about them again today. But we're going to talk about today's pollings in 2020, and we're going to compare that to 2016. On a previous video, you found out national polls are bunk. National polls right now, Biden's doing great, up 10 points. Oh my God, he's going to win the election. That's amazing. It doesn't matter. Those don't matter. It does not matter. They do not predict the electoral map in any sense of the word. It's polling a bunch of people across the states. They have no relation to each other. What does it matter? I mean, we're always going to know that, Democrats are going to poll well in national polls. They're going to poll the city centers. They're going to get those deep blue areas. And people are kind of scared to say that they support Trump. When you get vilified every day, if you're a Trump supporter online or in real life, it's kind of hard to tell the truth to pollsters, isn't it? So that is why Biden is up 10 points in the polls, people. And we are going to look at actual state polls today. And we're going to give this a fair shot, right? So this is why I'm not buying into any narratives. I want to look at state-by-state polls. I want to look at the margin of error. I want to see how those polls move over time. That is going to be the real barometer, right? And we will take a look, like I talked about in my previous video on our battleground states. Let me go ahead and pull that up here so you can see. These are the battleground states. Now, I don't know why. Here we go. Now you can see me. These here are up for grabs. These are all the red went to Trump last year. In 2016, that's why he won, was because he did win these battleground states. I have them purple on the right side because, they're still up for grabs. In my opinion, within 5 points of either way is how that breaks down from the previous election. So that's why I have them classified as battleground states today. Now, I use Real Clear Politics. I'll probably start using some wiki pages as well if they have submerged, polling data together. It seemed to do pretty well when I was covering the Democrat, for my short stint of covering the Democratic nomination. Wikipedia had them merged together pretty well. But we'll go ahead and look here. I want to pull this over so you can see. Hopefully you can see this pretty good. Yeah, I'm not in the way completely, I don't think. Maybe I can make myself little. I'm small. Alright, so here you can see it. This is RCP average has 5.2 for Biden in Florida, right? This is 2020. Looks to be good. Now, excuse all of the ads and the disturbing clear mouth ad of clear mask mouth. I don't know. It's really disturbing. So excuse those. I hate that. RCP has a bunch of ads on their page. That's why Wiki probably is going to be a better option moving forward, but I do like Real Clear Politics, so we'll take a look at that. So you can see here over time, this goes back from last year, mind you. You can see pretty tight here. Actually, Trump was, leading in some of those polls. And then you see Biden start taking a little bit of a jump, big jump here, outlier poll in my opinion of plus 11. Don't think anybody's going to win this state by 10, right? You can see your margin of error. So basically you have to throw those points out. So I'll explain it to you in this fashion. Fox News has a margin error of 3. Biden's leading by 9. Throw 3 points out. So really Biden's lead is about 6 or so if you just throw those points out. So anyways, you can see here, healthy lead for Biden, right? Around, we can say 5 points for Florida. Now, let's look here. Oh, excuse me. Let's look here. I want the two-way race. This is the polls. for Trump versus Clinton. We can see the final results was 1.2. RCP average final after they merged all their data together was 0.4. But let's talk about where it was in the race, right? Back here, this is leading up to November. Let's talk about where we are today. This is where the race was at that time in July. You know, it had a lot of, you know, back and forth polling. Trump up 5, Clinton up 7, Trump up 3. You can see here as we go into August, I mean, Clinton up 9. So there's a lot of back and forth here. So I wouldn't necessarily give this straight away to Biden at this time. Like I said, a lot of things can change over time. 5 points for me when it's not real actual election data, it's just polling data. It's not very strong in my opinion. And we can see it tightened up a bit. But there was some good back and forth during this time. If we flip back to today, do we see much back and forth here? Not really. Last time Trump had a leading poll was in March. So that is a bit concerning for the Trump camp. If they don't start winning some of these polls to kind of say, hey, yeah, I'm actually still competing here. Biden's not running away with it. Or if Biden starts slipping to where he's within the margin of error, like say this was just +3 and he's in the margin of error, then that could be concern for Biden that the polls are moving more towards Trump. So like I said, not gonna just put this blue on the map for Biden. You'll see in my prediction, my map videos, a lot of battleground states are going to be left empty because you honestly just cannot declare that to one candidate or another right now. Pennsylvania. So if we go back in history here, you can see pretty solidly for Biden. Trump had one poll that was in his favor, but 6.5 is the average here over time. If we go back, and I'm going to switch this to a two-way race. If we go back, Pennsylvania, let's just look at in this area. Clinton was pretty much a strong favorite. There was some, I mean, we had one in April of 2016. Clinton was up 15 points. Trump only had one that he was showing that he was winning. He only comes up like once in the end of June, once in the year before, and he never shows another poll winning, except right before the election, or on election day actually. So, yeah, and we all know the results in Pennsylvania. So right now, Trump has one poll that he's won. Everything else is in Biden's camp. Biden's 6.5. So I wouldn't mark this one particularly strong blue either. I mean, it's literally a toss-up. Literally a coin toss. Let's go to Michigan. We don't have Ohio polls because Ohio right now is squarely in Trump's lane. So let's go here. In Michigan, this is currently, Biden is actually starting to gain a lot of footing here in Michigan. He was pretty close first part of the year with Trump, but you see this +12, +16, +13, +11. But then he has some tighter polls here. So it's, I can't make, heads or tails of that right now. Let's look at Trump versus Clinton around the same time period, which would be right around here. No wins for Trump. This looks solidly in Clinton's pocket, right? As we know, Trump wins it barely. So again, Michigan's a toss-up for me. And like I said, if all of these are for, metaphorically a coin toss, Florida, Pennsylvania, and Michigan, and let's say Trump does win Ohio, those 3 states can definitely, decide this election. Just those 3 states in general. So if we can't make heads or tails, or like really, I mean, a lot of people would put those in Biden's corner, but it's not, because we saw Clinton held those states in polling all throughout the process. Did she win them? No. She lost, right? Would you consider Joe Biden a stronger candidate than Hillary Clinton? No, not really. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to watch these polls. I hope you join for my future videos, because we're going to go state by state, dissect this, really look into it, do multiple videos. So I look forward to looking at that. I look forward for more data to come out to kind of make some sense of these states heading into Election Day. And I will see you on the next one. Bye, and have a good day.